Hey everyone, I'm H. Charles, and this is World Party, a game that was supposed to be a successor to Armageddon in 2001, but it ended up being a cash grab. Or in 2015, as a remaster, it was also a cash grab. The category I'm going to present is Time Attack, which is 60 missions, or where I have unlimited attacks, a series of 60 missions. You may notice this thingy over here. I have Reaper Tuner installed. This is an overlay for monitoring systems performance. It's known in the tech YouTube space. But most importantly, pay attention to the frame time graph. My computer is such a potato that the game lags very hard, and you will be able to visualize, and I will be visualizing that in this frame time graph. So here's a freshly made team. I don't care about cosmetics here because the teams are expendable, to be honest. And customizing them takes too long. Time's gonna start when I hit this blue tick. So 3, 2, 1, here goes. So during every mission, I will alt tap twice. I'll explain why in a bit. Buffering up and space here to start blowtorching upwards, because I already have it selected. So two blowtorches here, and roping our way across to this crate. As I pull up, you know what? This is commentary, so I'll just try again. There is a way to also clear this within like 15 seconds or something ridiculous like that. But that involves a rope fling and a girder. I'm not skilled enough to do this. And you can see the frame time graph doing wonders here. So getting this crate here, alt tabbing twice, because right as the game fades to black, I alt F4. This is what we like to call fade skip. Right as the game fades to black, we can alt F4 out of here, and it will count as a win. Next up is number 2. In this one we have killing all the enemy worms here. The first one we had to, the objective was to collect the crate. A rope fling over here to get us to the center of the map, next to this tree. And you may notice this series of enemies is on a slope, and I'm going to take advantage of that by trying to knock all of them into each other, into water, and we got a good outcome here. So otherwise I'll be doing walk of shame here. And what I just did here is by killing all enemy worms, what I actually mean is reducing everyone's health to 0. Because as soon as everyone has 0 health from the enemy, I can just alt F4 out of here, and that apparently counts as a win. This is what we like to call end skip, because it ends the outro of the mission early. Yeah, because we skipped the end of the game earlier than we should have. Next up is number 3. We have series of targets, infinite ropes, infinite grenades. We all know where this is going. I think. So 1 second grenades here because I'm far away. I'm far away enough for grenades to not usually hit me, unless I'm doing something stupid. So yeah, we have series of targets, alternating sides. They get smaller and smaller every time I get them. Eventually, there's going to be a final target on top of the angry volcano here. Placing a grenade here, landing safely, and then just fade skip out of here. And that's that entire mission. Number 4, we have a crate trail. You may notice this map looks pretty familiar. That is because World Party, for some reason, likes to recycle maps from Armageddon, as this map also appears in Armageddon's Water Surprise, which is casually the worst mission ever. So we start 5 girders here, placing 4 of them to get to this crate. And I'm just gonna fall down here. Not the best landing, because I need to fall on top of the building next to the Alpha Tower. I don't know what it's called. I'm not French, so I wouldn't know. Placing girder here next to the baguette to avoid to save up on some jumps here. And finally, we're gonna jump off this baguette. And I'm gonna touch the crate, which contains a teleport. And I'm going to teleport my way to this crate, holding up here just to make sure I actually collect the crate. And I'll teleport out of here. Alright, next up is number 5. This mission, we need to defeat all enemy orders. However, for some reason in this mission, we have infinite ropes, infinite grenades, where this map just looks like it's supposed to be some sort of chain reaction or something. I don't get it. Either way, infinite ropes, infinite grenades. I had to do a little bit of cleanup here because one of the worms tackled each other, so I had to make sure everyone died here. Next up is number 3. This one has first grenade here, pretty specific, so I need to make sure I get this. Got it. This girder launches the guard to the other guard. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna move out of position. Now we have a pile of 2 worms here. Because I just need to get all the enemy worms down, then I just need to spam them. I just need to spam grenades. That's real all there is to it. So you may notice worms are to the left are huffing and puffing. That indicates that they are below 30 health. Usually throwing the one more extra grenade will probably be okay, just to make sure that they are really dead. I'll go for it early because I think I already dealt enough damage here, so there's that. Here's number 7. We're gonna have series of targets here. Shout out to Korean Red Dragon for finding this. You may be thinking I have jetpack and mortars, and I'll be firing jets from the mortar. Firing mortars from the jetpack, that's not really required. Maybe implied, but it's not required. So 2 sets of targets here. I missed a couple, so I might be doing here. So getting the right set of the girders targets first before I make sure. Just so I can get past to the backup crates here. But I didn't need that, thankfully. And yeah. By the way, alt tabbing from the game for some reason halts the game, which is why you see the game pausing. Here comes the most interesting mission here. We have crates which contains mines, and I'm gonna place them as soon as possible. That is because when I collect the final crate out of this crate trail, targets will appear on the same positions, and because our objective is to get targets, well, we need to blow them up somehow. So there's the first one. You may notice I needed to wait a little bit. That's because the mine needed to arm. There we go. Also, World Party has team colored mines, which is not a thing in Armageddon, so that's cool. The landing trigger the last mine, landing safely, and Alta for out of here. All right, now here comes the run killer, number 9. We have a series of crates and 1 jetpack. The problem with this map, there are a bunch of targets inside crates. There are a bunch of crates inside, inside of like caverns inside of terrain. So it's not really an easy mission because we only have 1 jetpack. These crates contain prods, and because I'm the only worm on the battlefield, they're useless. So what I found is collecting the 3 topmost crates on foot is on foot. I found is to be the most consistent, and here comes the jetpack. You can see playing of fire here because this is a very tight corridor here. Collecting the first crate here. Gonna get myself to this crate. I'm actually doing this out of order. I don't know why. And then finally we have this crate. Get in here. Okay, I got it. I say it's a run killer because this is a pretty long mission and you can screw this up very easily because plopping, you can plop yourself, right? Next up is number 10. Those who played Armageddon extensively will pretty much find this familiar. We're going to be boosting ourselves with grenades. We have infinite health and double damage as well. So, this is a very specific, there's a very similar gameplay to what you would see in the boom race scheme in Armageddon. Here we go. So collecting this crate here. Someone has a grenade, but we have infinite grenades. I digress. We have this crate which contains a dynamite, and we will be boosting ourselves with it. So visual indicator here. Standing on the timer here, and right as it explodes, I try to backflip, which gives me enough velocity to get here. And then we have the final crate. Right where we started. And that's that. Also, yeah, infinite health. In World Party, there's no setting there's no setting of God Worms. So because of this, we actually have -1 health. But that's actually 65,000 health, or whatever the 2 to the power of whatever integer is. I don't remember. So we do have a finite amount of health. It's just that we have too much of it. We virtually cannot die. Number 11. We had one rope there. Crate containing 7 bats. And a bunch of worms. So piling them all up into something like this. And using a visual indicator here. Okay, that failed, but that's fine. I think that should be enough, yeah. So as soon as the last worm plops, I'll take out of here. And that's that. Next up is number 12. Shout out to Rough Bricks for finding this. Apparently, this is a crate trail where the final crate of it is a concrete donkey. However, we have found a strat where we will be avoiding the crate trail, because what we can also do is tackle the guard to water, and you just missed the concrete donkey in the run. Alright, number 13, cover up your ears, y'all, because this mission is nothing but mashing. Just mashing mortars to the enemy. Each enemy has 3,000 health. I can see it. But yeah, 3,000 health each enemy has. I mean, there's 2 of them. So there's no, you can do nothing but mashing. Mortar is one of the weakest weapons out of the entire series. Right next to handgun, I believe. Awesome. Okay. Now, because this is a training mission, I don't have skip surrender, so I can just tab F12 once to get to select. Because skip and surrender are first and second weapons in F12. And here we can see the first and only appearance of Worm 2. Just checking here. Okay, Worm hit the weapon, put away the weapon, so that means we cleared the mission. Next step is number 14. We can do this with 5 grenades, but 4 grenades, sorry. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna be good enough for this. Yep. That's fine. We have 5 seconds, 5-second grenades here, just so I can make sure that I can actually get this. You might notice the enemies have like 1,500 health. Just blocking them is enough. Oh, come on. There you go. As soon as the last one plops, I'll throw out of here. And that's that. Next up is 15. This is one of the forts that you can pick on World Party. as I activate low gravity here, I'm going to boost myself on top of the skull. And our objective is to just collect this crate. And there you go. Alright, here we have the final mission, which is just going to be defeating one worm here. So starting off here, placing a girder here, we can just jump on the small fragment of it, and that's good enough. Grab my crate, which has ropes. And because this is the last mission, I'd like to say my shoutouts. So first off, shoutouts to the Worm Speedrun in the Discord server, but primarily Whirlpool Bricks, Matt Black, Psychotropic, and Toby Trigger. If anyone's interested in speedrunning any game from the Worm series, please join that server. As I collect this Fire Punch crate and this low gravity crate, Sam's gonna be on the congratulations screen. As I get to this sniper, you can find the Discord server by going to speedrun.com/worms. As I activate low gravity, Fire Punch, and time. And there you go. 15:11. My estimate 30 minutes, so that's interesting. Maybe it's because I'm still actually getting things first try when after I PB'd. But yeah, retrying levels will probably happen because I suck. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, speedrun.com/worms. What else is there? Oh yeah, do not buy World Party Remastered. If you want to play Worms games online, you're better off getting either Armageddon or apparently Worms WMD has some following, but I'm not aware of it. And if there's any technical question you want to know about Armageddon, you can post it in the Worms the Armageddon discussions page on Steam. And yeah, I think that's it.